How long can you endure hardships of life when it's full of tragic events? Would you curse it? Would you look at it positively? Well, Keanu Reeves may be the best person to answer it. Reeves has suffered many heartbreaking losses over the years, but despite coming up against adversity, he has gone on to become one of the most loved and successful actors in Hollywood. Keanu had a tough childhood. His father, Samuel Reeves, walked out of his life when he was only 3 years old. It left his mother, Patricia Taylor, a showgirl and costume designer, to raise the future star as a single mother. They stayed in touch for a few years but later left with no contact. During his teenage years, his struggles with dyslexia, which made his school life a bigger challenge than it is for most people. He had attended 4 high schools for that matter. It's a terrible letter to receive, saying you can't come back to school next year. Getting asked to leave was very upsetting. At age 21, his sister Kim was diagnosed with a leukemia, which they will battle for a decade. It seems that life is so bitter for Keanu because in 1993, he had felt the pain of losing his best friend, River Phoenix, because of a drug overdose. All I can say is that I have never felt a thing like that before in my life. I was very sad, and something beyond sad. I don't know what it is, just that you sob for hours. Just as he was healing from this heartbreak, because just a few years later, another tragedy again struck Reeves's life. A day before Christmas in 1999, he and her girlfriend Jennifer Syme had a daughter, Ava Archer Syme Reeves, born 8 months stillborn. The loss of their daughter devastated the couple and caused their breakup. 18 months later, Jennifer was involved in a fatal car accident where she rammed into 3 cars and was thrown out of her vehicle. Grief changes shape, but it never ends. People have a misconception that you can deal with it and say, "It's gone, and I'm better." They're wrong. When the people you love are gone, you're alone. Since then, Reeves avoids serious relationships and having kids. But despite the heartbreak and challenges Keanu has had to overcome in his life, he has gone on to become one of Hollywood's most successful actors. Despite all his wealth, talent, hard work and success, life has thrown a number of horrific challenges in the way of the actor. He still remains down to earth. Through all the trauma, it would be enough to break anyone's spirit. But Reeves has always maintained a positive mindset, and he has only grown in empathy and compassion with every single heartbreak life has thrown in his way. Interestingly, reports claim that Keanu Reeves donated 70% of his Matrix earnings to hospitals that treat leukemia. Plenty of evidence also indicate he is a frequent and generous contributor to all sorts of charitable causes. He is also one of Tinseltown's most loved stars, and there are many articles with the headline, "Proof that Keanu Reeves is the nicest guy in Hollywood." He also doesn't own a big house like other stars, and he doesn't wear fancy clothes. You wouldn't describe Reeves's $4 million 2-bedroom house in the Hollywood Hills as big, but it's a very nice home in a very nice neighborhood, with plenty of room for his cars and motorcycles, and with other celebrities living nearby. Most sources say Keanu Reeves' net worth is about $350 million. He has been known to ride the subway on occasion, but on any given day is more likely to be seen driving his Porsche or one of his classic. So we say, becoming rich and famous may change our attitudes, as observed on others. Thankfully, people like Keanu Reeves gives us example on how to be humble, despite massive success and fortune. This is Story of Your Life Animations, telling that this thing called life is beautiful. Thank you, and leaving you a quote from Keanu Reeves. You have to change your life if you're not happy, and wake up if things aren't going the way you want.